Hello, people of YouTube. Good evening. Well, it's evening here for me. I don't know if it's morning or afternoon for you right now, but anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I've wanted to start a video blog for a while now, and I was gonna wait until I got home, but I figured, fuck it. Why not? Why not just try right now? Um, so I guess I'll make this kind of an intro about basics about me, and then just kind of some basic things about the Army, just to give anybody who is thinking about it just a little bit more information. This might turn into a series, it might not, it might turn into, offshoots or whatever, just depending on how this goes, I guess. So I just want to do a quick little video just to start out, see how it goes. So first off, my name is Destiny White Cotton. I don't use my first name though. I might get into that later in another video. But I go by DW, which is my initials, or Dusty, like Dusty. Yeah, that's one of my names. Um, so I'm 20 years old. I've been in the Army for about 2 years now. Just over 2 years, actually about, let's see, what day is it? 2 years and 5 days. So that's pretty cool. I just hit my 2-year mark. Um, I This is difficult. I didn't know how difficult it was to talk about myself. I have an older brother and a younger sister. My older brother is a line cook. He's working on moving his way up, and my little sister is 2, so she goes to daycare and she plays, and that's about it. My mom's a teacher, and my dad does something with safety and oil company. I'm not really sure. I don't really live with him. Well, I mean, I don't live with my mom either anymore, but I never really lived with my dad, so I don't really know. Um, let's see, what else about me? Yeah, I was initially gonna start this after I got home. Like I said, so I was gonna have my real camera and like my actual microphone set up, but I decided to start it out here while I'm on deployment because I got impatient. So I've got this right now. It's a little bit ghetto, but it'll work. Um, so yeah, basics about the Army. Well, I guess I would start with there's 2 different like branches of the Army. It's weird to say it that way because the Army is one branch of the military. But so on one side you have the combat arms uh, people, and they are like your infantry and your artillery and your tanks. Sometimes 88 mics. Those are truck drivers. The people that are actively engaged out on the lines. And then on the other side, which is typically not what people necessarily think about as far as who like military jobs, is what we call combat support, and that's what I do. I'm a systems maintainer. Combat support is basically made up of your supply, your military intelligence. That's where I work. Your trying to think of what else is in combat support. You know, yeah, you're like your medical. I mean, sometimes they're not sure on that one. Anyway, so combat support is those of us who do things kind of like behind the scenes. Um, I'm in the maintenance department. I just fix things. I don't do anything super cool. I literally just, fix a computer when it's broken. I do all the fun stuff where I get to open it up and, replace hard drives or whatever. And I work on some other systems too, but it's mostly electronic, computer based, so it's really fun. I love what I do. I wouldn't give it up for the world. Other Army basics. So a lot of people go into the Army or the military in general just, you know, nervous about, you know, what if I can't handle it? What if I can't do enough, you know? To an extent, that's true. Like, you do have to be able to meet certain standards, but it's not really like that. I mean, the standards, once you meet them, are actually not that bad. The biggest thing that I've learned about being in the military, being in the Army, and, you know, like I said, I'm combat support, so I can't say for combat arms, you know, if it's kind of a different situation, but for me, as long as I, you know, try my best, and as long as I keep working, I don't quit, it's good enough. You know, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to get it right, you know, every single time. I don't have to find the bug that's in the system. That's what we call like a malfunction. You know, within, like, you know, right as I sit down at it, you know, it can take some time, and, you know, while my leadership might be able to find it faster, if it's not a mission critical system, and as long as I'm trying my best, they will let me succeed in my own time, and that is really great. So just don't be scared. Just try your best, and, you know, don't give up. That's the biggest thing, is if you give up, you will not get any respect from your peers or from your leaders. If you give up, they will see it, and you will basically get treated like a quitter. I mean, we all kind of know how quitters get treated. It's not fun. Like, I've seen it happen, and it's really tough to watch that, to watch someone just give up, you know, because, you know, they're just tired, you know, or because they just don't want to do it anymore. You know, some people, when they get, you know, to the end of their first contract, they're like, this was a mistake, you know, I just don't want to do it anymore, you know, I don't want to be here. But, you know, the problem with that is they, you know, it's fine if they don't want to be here. Like, it's cool, but at least, you know, write it out and keep trying until you go. That would be the biggest thing that I would say that the Army really has instilled in me, is just the ability and the want to push and to keep going and to keep, you know, keep trying and do my best. Because, you know, if I continue to do my best, eventually what my best is now will not be what it is later. You know, I will be better. If I keep trying my best, I will keep constantly striving for that improvement. And I have made complete leaps and bounds in just the 2 years that I've been in the Army. Like, I would not have been able to sit here and do this, first off. You know, part of my job is customer service. Just, you know, hey, so what's the problem? When did it happen? You know, you have to talk to people. And at first I couldn't do that. I had a really, really big problem with talking to people about what's going on. And, you know, now not so much. I have a little bit more confidence in myself. You know, it's not great. I still have, you know, some social anxiety and whatnot, people issues, but for the most part, I have the ability to do what I have to, and to hold a conversation with somebody. And, you know, not just that, but in physical areas too. Like, basic forces you out of your comfort zone. You know, it forces you to do things that you never thought you would be able to do. Like, what we call Nick at Night. It's slow crawling through gravel with live fire above you. They're firing flares. You know, you've got to front crawl, and then you got to move on your back and back crawl underneath barbed wire, and you got to go, it's like the length of a football field, and it's on a time limit. And, you know, you're sitting there thinking, like, holy crap, how am I going to do this? How am I going to complete it? You know, they're telling me I have to complete it to get through this, and, you know, I really want to get through it. I really want to graduate basic. And then once you do it, and you finish it, it is the most amazing feeling in the world when you finish something that you never thought you would be able to do. And then it kind of makes it easier to do that again, you know, to feel like you will make it. You will be able to do it. And that's, I gotta say, that's one of the greatest feelings that I've ever had. And one of the greatest things that the military has given me is that ability to see that I can't stay within those boundaries. I have to at least try, and I eventually will exceed those boundaries. I will get out of them, and I will do what I have to do. So yeah, that's one of the big things about the Army. I'm trying to think what else. Respect. Respect is a huge thing. You have to have respect for your leaders. You have to have respect for your peers. You have to have respect for those underneath you. If you know you end up having someone underneath you if you become an NCO. And most of all, you have to have respect for yourself. Because if you don't have respect for yourself and you don't take care of yourself, then the Army's not going to be able to use you, and you know, you're not going to be able to do your job, and it's really kind of a bad situation to be in. You know, and respecting yourself goes a long way. You know, it goes with, you know, eating right, you know, taking care, hygiene, and taking care of yourself mentally. You know, making sure that you are stable. And that's a big thing that a lot of soldiers have, is that they have this mental instability. And, you know, it arises from a lot of things, this mental instability. But respecting yourself is also admitting that you have that problem and that you need to take care of it is part of respecting yourself. Just like when you know, twist your ankle or sprain your ankle, I guess would be a better example, and you know you have to go to the clinic. It's respecting yourself and respecting what your body needs, to not keep trying to push that and, you know, eventually cause a break in your ankle, versus, you know, going and getting it taken care of, you know, right off the bat. That's part of self-respect. Another part of it is accepting kind of, like, I guess you could say, your faults, and moving on past them. You know, and that will help you gain that confidence that I had talked about. Is just, you know, bettering yourself. You know, and the want and the strive to better yourself is part of that self-respect. Because if you lose that strive to want to be better, then you lose respect for yourself, and people can see it. And if you don't respect yourself, then people aren't going to respect you. And I guess this is a thing about life, not just about the Army. And the lights just came on. Not just the Army. You know, you have to respect yourself in order to make it. But that's all I can think of right now. Like I said, I just want to do a quick intro and just, you know, basics, kind of about just general things that I've learned. Just kind of start out. This has been kind of an awkward video because I didn't really know what I was going to do. I wanted to plan it out and do it when I was at home, so it was, you know, I wouldn't have this glare and all this other stuff, but I just kind of felt like I needed to do it now. Yeah, I wanted to do it now. I wanted to do it, you know. So, yeah, I'll probably edit this a lot. I might add stuff or remove stuff or, you know, change stuff. probably delete all of that because that was weird. Yeah, so I will try to get this uploaded if the internet here will allow me to upload it. And then, you know, I might make another video before I leave. It might be when I get back home because I will be going home not very soon, but soon. At least that's what they keep telling me, is that we're gonna go home soon. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to going on leave when I get home and just, you know, being home. So yeah, I guess that's about it. If y'all have any questions, if anybody even watches this, you know, just leave them for me. I'll try to answer it. I'll try to come up with, you know, a specific topic to talk about next video. Yeah. See y'all around.